Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Welcome to a new day. Hope that you're doing great wherever you are. I'm so happy to be breathing on the planet. This is my daily meditation, my mantra. Sometimes you wake up and feel a bit achy, and you think, "Gosh, this is getting older." But it's all part of the amazing journey that we're on. So I hope that wherever you are, you're doing fine, feeling strong and healthy, and doing things every day to sort of keep that going, keep that energy going. Now I have been digging through my tea because I was trying to find something a little bit unusual for today, and I found something. I bought this tea, gosh, about a year ago. It's mulberry tea, and it's got mulberry and something called butterfly pea flower. I don't know what a butterfly pea flower is, but it's in this tea with mulberry. And I checked online, and mulberry is actually very good for you. It's got all kinds of interesting antioxidants and things to keep you strong and healthy. So the unique thing about this tea, though, is it's blue. I don't know if I can show you this. It's actually blue, and it's very, very unusual. I tried this actually. If you put lemon in it, it turns it pink, but blue tea. So I'm in a blue mood today. Anyway, cheers. Hope everyone's doing well. Have a drink of coffee or tea, juice, whatever you love. Because I have a topic for you today, based on an article written by Linda Malone, who's one of our bloggers. It's a very funny article. Actually, you should have a read of it. She talks about the fact that she's a people watcher. She likes watching people, and I do too. I'm one of those people. I love, for example, that scene in Love Actually, where they're at the airport and watching people greeting friends as they come off the plane, and just that whole greeting process is so beautiful. And then, of course, there's the reverse of people saying goodbye and how that can be so emotional. But people watching, Linda loves people watching. And she said, not the creepy kind, like airports and Starbucks. And she has a special place that she hangs out to watch people. Because she spends most of her time there. This is her business. She is a coach for healthy and well-being, and she has exercise as part of her everyday life. She goes to the gym and watches people, and she says, like, you're always going to find the classic stereotypes of people there, which is so funny to watch, but there's also people that are just getting on with their exercise. And she is because she teaches exercise, she is watching for the things that people do, the things that people tend to do to either while they're exercising or in preparation for it. And she's written this article on 4 things, bad everyday habits that you don't know you're doing. And she observes these mostly at the gym. Anyway, here they go. See if you can recognize any of those in your life. So the first one is leaning on things. Is when you actually just watch people coming into the gym while they're checking in. They're always, she said, not always, but they're often leaning on the counter, leaning on a chair. We just sort of take those moments where we're standing still to actually lean, take the pressure off the lower back. And that's pretty normal. I mean, I actually do that sometimes when I'm traveling. I find a wall and just kind of lean on it. But it's just one of those habits that if we keep doing it, it stops us from doing the exercise and the movements that make our backs stronger, rather than depending on leaning on something to, so just put your shoulders back, stand up, and just deal with it. And if you can, use that opportunity to stretch and build your muscles in your back instead of leaning on something else. So leaning, that's one thing. The next one, and I must admit, I'm a bit guilty of this for sure, and that's what she calls pushing off. And this is where you're sitting in a chair, and instead of just getting up off the chair and using your hips and your leg muscles, you actually put your hands down and you push up with off the chair with your hands. You push off, and this is a missed opportunity, according to Linda, because this is where you've got these quadriceps on the front of your thighs that really benefit if you can actually use your legs and your quadriceps to get up out of the chair rather than pushing off from a seated position. And focus and squeeze those muscles. Just try it. And in fact, I've read this, it's one of the best exercises that you can do in general for good health, is to actually learn how to sit up off a chair and then sit down. Stand up off the chair and sit down. Do that 10 times. It's pretty hard, especially if it's a low chair. But this is the second thing that Linda notices when she's at the gym watching people. Another thing in general is poor posture. And this, we talked about this in another video about walking and how we don't actually do that walking by stepping through your whole foot, putting the heel down and then walking through the heel to the toe, and just actually pulling yourself up rather than slouching over. Because the point that we were making before was if you do that, you tend to slouch. And then when you're slouching, you tend to fall. You actually lose your balance. Your gravity is working against you. So that's a really important thing. And rounded back, you can hurt your shoulders. You can really start to put pressure on your shoulders. And that's not a good thing just for general health and comfort. So if you can just think about posture, I remember how mothers used to put the book on our head. We had to walk with the book on the head. Do that by just pushing back your shoulders and standing straight. See, even me, I'm sitting down like this. Sit up and feel your body straightening. It can lead to rotator cuff issues. Your shoulders should all align. Your knees, your feet, your waist, your shoulders should all align. That's good posture. That's the third thing that she notices quite frequently at the gym and other places too. The other thing she talks about, and this is specifically for a gym, is holding onto the handrail when you're running. Now, this may be the way you want to start, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's not like you have to do it her way, but it's better if you can let those arms go while you're running on the running machine. Don't hold on to the side because that just holds you back. If you're afraid of losing your balance, well, that's actually a good exercise to sort of just gently let go and then go back if you need to go back. But let go and just run or move on the elliptical or on the bike without holding on to the arm rails. And I don't do this very often anymore. I must admit, I've got to be really honest, but I do use my arms when I'm walking. And I am conscious that when I walk, I've got to, if possible, just swing my arms. No one's looking, trust me. I mean, it's really funny. I got to share, okay, I'm going to deviate here completely and tell you a little story about the beach. This little boy, I was at the beach and Portobello in Edinburgh when I was visiting the UK. And I saw this little boy and his mom. They were standing beside me. It was quite a crowded beach. It was a nice day. And he had on these jeans that were his swimming jeans. And he kept saying to his mom, "Mom, these are too tight." I could hear him. He said, "Too tight." She goes, "Well, just take your jeans off and just swim in your underwear." And he was like, "No." And then he went down to the beach and I watched him try to take his pants off to swim in his underwear. And he came back. He couldn't do it. And he said, "Mom, I can't take them off. Everybody's looking at me." And I thought, oh my goodness, that little boy thought that everybody was looking at him. Like no one was looking at him. No one. They were all doing their own thing. And even if somebody did look at him, what did it matter? But it's so funny how we start very, very young, feeling like people are all looking at us, like everyone is turned to make sure that we are using our hands properly on the treadmill. It just doesn't work like that. We know this. I mean, women over 60 know this as much as anyone. But that little boy, I just wanted to go up to him and say, honestly, no one was watching you at all. You just don't need to worry about that. But, it's just how it is. He'll carry that for a while and then he'll figure it out. Anyway, so it says, go back to Linda's article here. She goes, just try to balance yourself on an elliptical or bike with moving your hands off the handles and the rails, the treadmill rails, and then just finding your balance and staying with it. So start by raising your awareness of these things. That's the first thing. Are you doing any of these? Are you leaning? Are you pushing off from seats? Are you just badly, your posture is not very straight? Or are you doing this? Are you hanging on to the treadmill rails or giving yourself support when you're walking as opposed to trying to get your balance up? I think it's a really cool article. And I think that the question that she asks at the end here is, what unhealthy habits have you got that are preventing you from getting strong and healthy? And it's the focus on strong. You've got to start to do some things that keep you straight, good balance, and strong as you get a little older. I'm actually reminded of the card in our deck, which is the Keep Moving card. This is a really good one because it's reminding us it doesn't matter what we do, just keep doing something, just keep moving. And that's the most important thing. So hope you found that useful. Tell us what unhealthy quotes, habits you have when you're trying to work on. Do you hold on to things for balance? Do you push off from a chair? Let's share below what we can do to improve our good health and strength as we get older. So take good care, everybody. Have a really lovely day. We'll talk again soon. If you've got any questions for Linda or any of us, just leave them in the section below. We'll have a conversation about the habits that you've got that might be preventing you from getting strong and healthy in your 60s. Take good care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.